Good morning, guys. Excuse the hair, I just got out of the shower. This message is going to be for the sign of Cancer. Cancer or Cancer cross watchers. I got a song for you. I was sitting meditating on your energy, and the song by Tim McGraw popped in my head, Just to See You Smile. I didn't know it was by Tim McGraw until I looked it up. But anyway, let's go ahead and look at these lyrics. I sat with it. I read the lyrics, I read the comments on the video, and I sat with it, and I was like, okay, what does it mean for Cancer today? Or Cancer crosswatcher? And remember, you can reverse this. This could be another person feeling this way. But I wrote down what I think is going on. Before we get to it, let's look it up. Just to See You Smile by Tim McGraw. So the song goes on and on and on, and it's basically alluding to the fact that someone here has done everything that they could, made crazy moves, all just to make another person happy. It's like, I did all of this to make you smile. All of this. Can't you see that I did all of this for you? I sacrificed so much just to make you happy. Like, it's kind of an upbeat song, the rhythm, but then when you really listen to the message, the lyrics, it's like, So he says, just to see you smile, I'd do anything you wanted me to. When all is said and done, I'd never count the cost. It's worth all that's lost just to see you smile. And yesterday I knew just what you wanted when you came walking up to me with him. So I told you that I was happy for you, and given the chance, I'd lie again. See, that right there is like, it's kind of a low-key, passive-aggressive way of guilt-tripping someone in a way. Because here's what I wrote down. And someone could be doing this to you, so be careful, okay? Or someone could be doing this to someone who's on the outside of you. But whoever is experiencing this is in a relationship, okay? And their partner is saying, everything I just said. But to me, if all of the other times what you did was truly to make me smile and make me happy, and you did all of this just for me, then wouldn't you be just as open to let me go? If you knew that it would truly make me happy, that at this phase in my life, it's time for me to move on. This is where our journey together ends. If that's my truth, if that's the reality right now, wouldn't you still want to see me smile and see me happy? Or at least not pretend to be lying that you do? Wouldn't you want that for me? Because otherwise it makes me think everything else was not really unconditional. It was because I was with you that you were okay with me being happy and smiling. But when I step away and I realize my path is moving elsewhere, now all of a sudden you can't be genuine and support me being happy. So you really never did support me. Someone could be realizing that who they've been involved with truly doesn't support them. And if it's not a partner, this is a family member, a company, an organization, a group, a team, a friend. It's like, So you support me, you're cool with any and everything as long as you have me. But I have come to you with honesty, telling you, I'm not happy. I'm not happy. This is not what I want. And I think we should separate. Or I'm not happy. I don't think that we should be in business together anymore. Or I'm not happy, mom and dad, or my cousins, or whoever, my best friend. I know that you say all this, but like, I'm actually not happy. I want something different. My life is changing. I'm transforming, and that's what I came here to do on this earth. But then the other person's basically saying, like, I'm not really happy for you. And they're like, but they're kind of being manipulative. I do think someone's being manipulative here. Cat hair stuck to my lip. It's like they really don't want a person to truly be happy if it means that they're not with them. So someone could be bitter towards another. They could be kind of thinking a little bit like a victim, like, I did all of this for you. But it's like, that's when those type of people really irritate me. I'm sure y'all have known them, where it's like they do things for you and you think it's really genuine, that it was like, wow, they really did all of these things, But then at the end of all of it, when your path does shift, when there's a fork in the road and it happens to be that y'all have to go your separate ways, this person cannot handle it. They're not happy for you. If someone was genuinely happy for you and genuinely cared about your well-being and loved you, they would be willing to let you go. And maybe this is someone who's being manipulative, like, okay, well, whatever you want to do, you know, and they're not acting like it's not hurting them. They're showing that it's hurting them. But it's to the point of, like, manipulation. You get what I'm saying? So either someone's doing this to you or someone's doing this to another person that you know. What else did I write down? There's also a connection for some of you to a Leo, an Aries, or an Aquarius that popped in my head. So you have to ask yourself, was all the time that you spent with someone, or all the time that you've known someone, whoever they are in your life, or this is them having to ask themselves, another person, was any of that real? Was it all just conditional? Like, it's truly, if it's not doing this yet, it's about to do it. Like, as soon as someone decides to not deal with a particular individual anymore, or particular people anymore, if there's more than one, they're going to see their true colors, or you will, because it's like the choice and decision that you make, that this other person makes, whoever, does not align with these other people or this other person. These people or this person do not agree, because it doesn't include them. Whatever someone's doing doesn't include them. Maybe not at all anymore, period. Like, this may actually be where someone gets off. It's like their stop. I'm seeing Hocus Pocus in my head right now. Spirit's giving me a vision. If you've ever seen the movie Hocus Pocus, I know there's like a couple different versions, but the first Hocus Pocus, when they're like, speed bump, and the guy that's like, his name is Billy, I think. Billy could be relevant here, Billy William. But it's like, I think the blonde Winifred's sister is like sitting, or Sanderson's sister, I said Winifred. What's her name? I can't remember. She's like, sucking the lives out of all the little children. She's like sitting on his lap and they hit something and they're like, speed bump. Oh no, she's not sitting on Billy's. No, who's driving the bus? I think it's the bus driver, and she's sitting on the bus driver's lap. And I think the like living dead guy is coming out of maybe like a sewage, and that's Billy. Anyway, this is where we let you off. This is where our ride is over, where it comes to an end. I mean, everything has a cycle in life, right? And I think someone here just has a really hard time letting go. But you're not really one of those people. And if this is another individual, this isn't someone who like finds it hard to adjust or adapt to change. If anything, I think this is someone who's welcoming it, or you are. Hell, both of you. This could be you and another person going through this. Both having to like transform some stuff in your life. And you're meeting resistance on either end, or at least one of you are. And it's because, oh, they claim they love you so much. They claim that they support you. You know, of course, they've known you so long, or they've been in your corner so long, but it's like, then be in my corner now. Be in my corner now. What's the difference between you doing it then and now? It doesn't make sense to me. It seems like the other times. Makes me question if it was even real. Was it real? Then let it be real. And then they may be asking you the same thing. Well, was any of the time that you spent in my life, all this time we've known each other, was any of that real? And it's like, yes, and now it's time to move on. It's like a child growing up and then the parent asking it, was any of this real? You know, like looking at the baby pictures, like, was any of this real? Did I ever even, you're not even the same person. And it's like, of course you're not. I would hope not, because we didn't come here to be. We came here to evolve, to see who we truly are, to unveil, to uncover. We don't want to be programmed our whole life. We have to like unprogram everything that was pounced in our head, and we have to discover it for ourselves. We have to discover ourselves. There's so many things about this life, and so many shifts and changes, and everybody gets comfortable and settles in and doesn't want to move forward. They're like, okay, I choose to stop right here, and that's fine and well. People can choose that path. But someone here has chosen to step out of their current cycle because they're ready to kind of do something else. And they've been in a long cycle, or you have, or the both of you, but it's time. Everything in its time. And you're going to be met with, or you are being met with, if it hasn't happened yet, or if it's happening now, you're being met with it. Could happen, or somebody else is being met with resistance from other people who claim they love you. They claim they love you. They claim they support you. Of course, you know, look at all we've been through. Look at all I've done for you. And it's like, if you have to throw that in my face, I'm even more certain of my decision right now. That'd be like, I mean, can you just imagine? I'm just envisioning someone right now walking up to someone homeless who hasn't eaten in several days and giving them some food and some money. And then after the person says thank you, puts the money in their pocket, and then eats the food, the person's like, don't you see all that I did for you? Don't you see everything that I did for you just now? It's like, do you want me to regurgitate it and give it back? I mean, I'll give it back to you. If this is what you were going to do with all of that, and this is everything you were going to say, like, you know what I mean? I think someone is going to be really satisfied with their decision to walk away from an individual, or they already are, because they realize that they've had plenty of time with them. They understand the lessons. They've learned a lot, and they're kind of ready for something else. They're not dead yet. They're ready to live or live again. It's like someone's wanting rebirth. And if that means severing ties with individuals who are going to find it very difficult to see someone smile and happy, like they don't understand it. Like, how can you do that without me? How can you even smile and think about that? Like, how can you even, and it's like, how can I not? You should want me to, you know what I mean? I'm going to give you an example and then I'm going to go. I was dating this guy one time, and we dated on and off for a very long time, but we had like several long breaks, like years not talking, and then we'd get back together, and we were like high school sweethearts, best friends. And the last time we dated, that he had a very unhealthy relationship with a person that back in the day was one of our mutual friends, I thought, and they both did some things that were less than desirable, I'll tell you that. But haven't we all? So this isn't judgment on them, but at the time I was very judgmental of them because she was married and he happened to really like married people. They both did, actually. It was just this kind of really not good thing going on, and so I went to the husband and I told the husband the truth. I told on her, and I was like, you know, this is what's happening behind your back, and the person I'm with is also in on it, and they keep each other's secrets. I mean, I told him the truth because I would want to know. Not that I'm innocent, not that I ever haven't messed up and done my own messed up things, but you turn over a new leaf. You see what I'm saying? So it was my duty, once I was aware of that I couldn't just, you know what I mean? And I gave him the opportunity to be honest himself because they were friends. The husband liked him. Like, they would chill and everything. I'm like, that's just like a slap in his face. You know what I mean? Like, that's fucked up. So anyway, I gave him the opportunity to tell him the truth himself. And he didn't. He actually, like, raged at me. And I was like, So I waited, and then I went behind his back and told the guy. And so anyway, all that to be said, you know what I would have done if I could go back? I mean, I still would have probably told the guy, but I would have just let the guy I was with do whatever he was doing with her. He said he wasn't sleeping with her or whatever, but honestly, at this point, it doesn't really matter. You know, that's the point. It doesn't really matter. Like, I wish that I would have just been like, okay, you know what I mean? And just let him go immediately. As soon as I found out all that and not fought so hard. Like, I mean, I basically begged, you know what I mean? Thinking back on how I acted just because I was like, this is my person, you know? Like, how dare you? I should have been like, the two of you can have each other. Whatever y'all are doing. You know what I mean? Like, maybe they were actually meant for each other. I don't even know what happened to them to this day because I don't mix with any of those people anymore. I totally went on my own. But honestly, the more that I've kind of, you can call it, healed and discovered myself, I think they were probably always meant to be together, and they had a lot of karmic lessons to learn. Now, I don't know if they even ever ended up, like I said, but it would have made sense to me. Like, I was never meant to be with him. And it's like I couldn't even get it in my head. You know what I mean? And all I could think about was, how dare you, for all the times like I've tried to be there and help you. Now, granted, I was not perfect to him all the time. All this to say, I'm not trying to get in a whole spiel, but this is a perfect example in this message of let go. Let go. And somebody does not want to let go. And then when someone is forced to let go, they are going to guilt trip. I did it. I guilt tripped, and I should have just released immediately. So, be careful of that. Some of you may be ready to either be single and kind of just date. Maybe this is another individual. Maybe someone's wanting to date, wanting to experience love, but instead of like rushing into things, just like be courted, be dated, be treated right for once, is what I'm hearing. Or maybe this is you. All right, guys. I'll talk to you later. Bye.